Aloha, this is Dr. Martina and welcome. If you're in a relationship that is based on love and commitment and you would like to have a beautiful sex life, then this video is for you. The most significant problem people have is when they want to rekindle their sex life is that they want to go backward. And that is not what we're going to do with this plan that I have for you. We're going to go forward. We're going to take you to a point where you and your partner can choose the kind of sex life you would like to have at this point in your life. But it takes both of you, so I highly recommend you watch this video with your partner. I like to use the analogy of an elevator. You're in the lobby and you want to go to floor number 4 where you can experience sexual intimacy. Now, since we're living in a society that is addicted to to instant gratification, we all go in there, we hit number 4 and we want to bypass everything that is below that. But in this video, you will learn that the journey that I have for you, which is to stop at 1, 2, and 3 before we get to 4, is not only necessary, it is the only way that it can prepare you for the sexual intimacy that awaits you. So let's do this one floor at a time. So before we get into the elevator, you're actually standing in the lobby. Take your partner's hand. You're in this together. Acknowledge that you cannot do this alone. Don't accuse each other of never doing this and always doing that by bringing the past into the present. You have to start with a clean slate. And because remember, you're not going back, you're going forward with each other. So we're getting off on level 1, emotional intimacy. That is the connection between partners, friends, and family members. It involves trust in one's ability and openness. It is also the foundation on which other intimacies can be built. Without it, you really have nothing to support and hold everything a loving, committed relationship can offer. Now, the mistakes many people make is that they want to bypass this because they think they know their partner. But we all change over time. And to have emotional intimacy, you need to have an intention, be willing to communicate, and become vulnerable. Tell each other about your strength and tell each other about your limitations. This is where you learn how to love your partner despite their shortcomings, not because of their projected perfections, because nobody is perfect. Now we're getting to floor number 2, physical intimacy, which has absolutely nothing to do with sex. It has to do with affection. You're affectionate with your friends. You hold them, you hug them, and the same with family. Most people think they can get to sexual intimacy without physical intimacy. Is it possible? Yes. Is it sustainable? No. If your partner is better at showing affection and you feel lost, then just talk about it and tell them about your limitations and ask them, what can I do so you will feel loved? And then act on it. I suggest that you spend a lot of time on this floor because it is where you can get comfortable having physical contact and establish trust without expecting to take it any further. This is not an invitation for sex. This is a place to learn and practice how to express affection and love. So now we have arrived on floor 3, sensual intimacy. On the first 2 floors I discussed intimacies you can have with your friends and family. Now with the 3rd and the 4th, it changes to being lovers, and that is what you want to be, right? Sensual intimacy means physical, non-genital contact, kissing, the kind of kissing lovers do. Kissing is something that people who have not built their intimacy layers either want to avoid or they want to force it. But it is not something that you can force. It's something that you need to allow to develop. And hopefully you did that in the previous 2 floors. And now you're ready to step into a makeout session. Add fuel to the desire that is burning inside of you and spend time kissing and holding each other and rubbing against each other without the intent to take it any further. Just stay in the moment of a hot makeout session, which can be a lot of fun. So don't add the pressure of any expectations, neither for you or for your partner. Now we get to push the button on the 4th floor, sexual intimacy. This is the floor where sex is happening. If you have spent sufficient time, effort, practice, and intention on the previous floors, you will get to this one at the right time when you both can show up for it. Until now, you have learned to practice and experience emotional intimacy. Then you move into physical intimacy, where you learn how to physically be close to each other again. Then the sensual intimacy has prepared you to allow your arousal to grow and develop without any expectations. And the only way you will reach the 4th floor is if you're both in the elevator with consent and excitement. You may need to do some communication about what it is that you're ready for. You may want to add oral sex to it before you do penetrative sex, or you just maybe want to do some genital stimulation and orgasm with each other. Whatever it is that you're ready to do, make sure that it is mutually agreed upon. The most important thing is that you don't push anything, but let your body respond to your arousal and communicate what and how you're feeling to your partner. I hope that you both recognize to have satisfying, loving sex, you need to spend time in all 4 intimacies, and only take the next step when you both are ready. There's no need to rush, because the time you spent with each intimacy is well invested. If you two have a mutual desire to create beautiful sex, take these steps together and enjoy the journey. It is every floor is about being lovers. And it is a beautiful thing to do this with your partner. And if you get stuck somewhere, if you need some help, then you know who to contact, and I'll be more than glad and very happy to hear from you, and more than glad to help you out. Have fun.